Attorney Maxim, please proceed with the private conference.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, we have a solitary item in our agenda for today. No other matters.
None, sir.
Attorney Maxim, please proceed with.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The only item in our agenda is the private conference for contract ID number 22G6003, denominated as the supply, delivery, testing, and commissioning with training of hydrological equipment for the National Hydrologic Data Collection Program 2023. Open parenthesis, acoustic Doppler current profiler, close parenthesis, and this is the implementing office of this PPP is the Bureau of Design, as represented today by the Assistant Director of this Bureau. Now, we acknowledge the presence of two bidders in the name of Rasa. Ano to? Rasa na to? Wala na. Rasa Instrument, represented by Angelica Nieto and Ned Rufi. The other one is West Point Engineering from Marilao, Bulacan, represented by Marion Franco D. Season. Sino mag-present ng pag-condition?
Ang dapat ako sa school. Sir, pag-titin ako lang ba ang notices?
Yes, ma'am.
Wala po.
Okay, despite notice sa kanila, which was truly received by them, walang nag-attend na observance.
Good morning to everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for this contract for the supply, delivery, testing, and commissioning with training of hydrological equipment for National Hydrologic Data Collection Program, or the acoustic Doppler current profiler. This is a bidding. The approved budget for the contract is 23,100,000 pesos, and the implementing office, as mentioned, is the Bureau of Design. So this presentation, we will cover the following. First is the manner of preparation of bids, which includes the eligibility, legal and financial documents, the technical specifications, the bidding forms under the 6th edition of the Philippine Bidding Documents. We have the format and signing of bids, the sealing and marking of bids, as well as the procurement timeline for your information, and the reasons for rejection of bids and ineligibility of bidder, and finally we will have the question and answer session. The purpose of this pre-bid conference is, of course, to clarify and address the bidders' questions on technical and financial components of the project. And second is to ensure that the bidders fully understand the procuring entity's requirements. And lastly is to ensure that the bidders know the changes and or amendments to the bidding documents. Please be reminded that any statement made in the pre-bid conference does not modify the terms of the bidding documents unless the statements are specifically identified in writing as an official addendum through the issuance of a bid or supplemental bulletin. The pre-bid conference is also an opportunity for the prospective bidders to request for clarifications about the bidding documents, and the BACG for goods will respond in writing by issuing the corresponding bid or supplemental bulletins, which can be found in the following websites. First is with the PPWH website. The second is from the PhilJEP's website and the notices section of the PS PhilJEP's website. Let's move on to the preparation of bids. For Class A documents, we have yung legal documents. This consists of the valid PhilJEP's registration certificate of platinum membership. Please take note na paki-include po sa inyong bids yung lahat ng pages, including yung Annex A natin. All legal documents indicated in the said certificate must be current and updated. Now, during the post-qualification, the supplier will, with the lowest calculated bid, shall submit the following documents. First, yung ating registration certificate from the SEC in case of corporations, the certificate of registration from the DTI for sole proprietorships, and a certification from the Cooperative Development Authority for cooperative or equivalent documents. Second is the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the bidder is located, or equivalent documents for those bidders located within exclusive economic zones or areas. And also, you have to submit your updated tax clearance, finally reviewed and approved by the PIR. For technical documents, this includes statement of all ongoing and private contracts within the period stated in the invitation to bid. These include po yung contracts awarded but not yet started, if any. The statement shall include for each contract the following. Of course, yung name of contract, the date of contract, kinds of goods, amount of contract, and value of outstanding contracts, as well as the date of delivery and end user's acceptance or official receipts issued for the contract if the said projects are completed. Documents for ongoing, including contracts awarded but not yet started, need not be submitted, but these contracts must be presented during post-qualification. Please take note also that non-disclosure of ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started coinciding with the contract to be bid, shall be a ground for disqualification. Ito po yung sample form ng ating statement of ongoing government and private contracts, which can be found po sa ating bidding documents. Now we proceed to the statement of bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid. Ito po yung supply, delivery, testing, and commissioning with training of hydrologic and surveying equipment or instruments completed within 5 years. Within 5 years po from the date of submission and receipt of bids, and the single contract which is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ADC. Ito po yung sample form for the statement of SLCC. So please take note also that the statement for the SLCC must be supported with either the end user's acceptance or official receipt or sales invoice issued for the contract. Kasi we have experienced before na they stated yung kanilang SLCC but they failed to provide yung attachments as proof na na-complete yung project. So also, please take note that the bidders shall fill up and submit the form for every item to be bid. Okay, for financial documents, this includes yung NFCC computation or the net financial contracting capacity computation, which must be at least equal to the ADC to be bid, or the bidder may submit a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank, which is at least equal to 10% ng ating ADC. NFCC is computed as current assets minus current liabilities multiplied by 15 minus all the value of outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts. It includes also yung awarded contracts yet to be started, which coincides with the contract to be bid. Now, if applicable po, yung ating Class B documents, ito po yung joint venture agreement for those bidders that will join as joint ventures. You must submit yung joint venture agreement. However, if wala pa pong joint venture but you intend to form a joint venture once manalo po, then you must submit a statement, a notarized statement from all potential joint venture partners stating that you will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For technical documents and bid security po, you may submit a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms of bid security. First is yung cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, or a bank draft or guarantee, or an irrevocable letter of credit issued by a commercial or universal bank. And if it is issued by a foreign bank, you have to submit also a confirmation from that universal or commercial bank. The amount of bid security for these types of or forms is 2% of the ABC. And you may also opt to use a surety bond accompanied by a certification by the Insurance Commission that the surety or insurance company is authorized to issue such instruments. Yung amount naman po must be 5% of the ABC. Okay. Ito po yung sample ng ating bid security declaration. Again, this can be found doon po sa ating bidding documents. So you may opt to use this form or yun po ating other forms ng bid security. Sa schedule of requirements, so the delivery schedule is acoustic Doppler profiler, multiple beam transducers with trimaran hydro bore. The delivery period is within 45 calendar days upon receipt of the approved notice to proceed. As to the statement of compliance sa ating technical specifications, the bidders must state doon sa form either comply or not comply against each of the individual parameters of each specification, stating the corresponding performance parameter of the equipment offered. Yung ating statement of comply or not comply must be supported by evidence in a bidder's bid and cross-reference to that evidence. So please remember to attach yung supporting evidence to support your compliance. Evidence shall be in the form of a manufacturer's unamended sales literature and conditional statements of specification and compliance issued by the manufacturer, whether itong samples, independent test data, or other sufficient proof as appropriate. A statement that is not supported by evidence or is subsequently found to be contradicted by the evidence presented will render the bid under evaluation liable for rejection. A statement either in the bidder's statement of compliance or the supporting evidence that is found to be false either during bid evaluation, post-qualification, or contract execution may be regarded as fraudulent and render the bidder or supplier liable for prosecution subject to applicable laws and issuances. Okay, ito po yung ating sample form for statement of compliance. Just make sure lang po na-sign yung statement of compliance. Now, ito po kasi is this contract includes po yung delivery also of laptop. No? So, as an advance information na lang po, kasi these specifications will be issued through supplemental bulletin. Okay, ayan po yung specifications natin for the rugged laptop computer. But again, this will be issued as an amendment or additional information to sa ating bidding documents. Okay, let's proceed to the financial component or the second envelope. Ito po yung financial bid form. includes the price of goods quoted, must include all customs duties and sales and other taxes. Now, the all bill prices shall be considered as fixed prices and therefore not subject to price escalation. And bids shall remain valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. Itong ating financial envelope shall contain the following. First is yung original ng duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and yung original po ng duly signed and accomplished price schedule. Ito po yung ating bid form. And ito yung price schedule form for goods offered from within the Philippines. Ito po yung locally sourced na products or equipment. And ito naman po, in case yung inyong goods will be imported or offered from abroad, ito po yung form na gagamitin natin. Okay. As to format and signing of bids, the bidder shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using appropriate forms provided in Section 8 in 2 separate sealed bid envelopes and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain yung inyong technical component and includes the eligibility requirements, and the second shall contain yung financial component. Forms must be completed without alterations to their format, and no substitute form shall be accepted. All blank spaces shall be filled in with the information requested. The bidder shall prepare and submit an original of the first and second envelopes. In the event of any discrepancy, please take note that the original shall prevail. The bid shall be signed, and each and every page thereof shall be initialed by the duly authorized representative or representatives of the bidder. And any alterations, interdelineations, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Dito naman po sa sealing and marking of bids, you have to submit your original technical component in one sealed envelope and also your original financial component. And ilalagay niyo po yung dalawang envelopes na yun sa isang outer envelope which is called the original bid. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid, and the procuring entity may request additional hard copies and or electronic copies of the bid. However, if hindi po kayo nakapagbigay, it will not be a ground for your disqualification. The original and the number of copies of the bid shall be typed or written in indelible ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representatives. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, and address to the procuring entity's bids and awards committee. It shall also bear the specific identification of the bidding process and should bear a warning: do not open before yung ating complete and time for opening of bids. Ito na po yung ating procurement timeline. So the invitation to bid as well as the bidding documents was posted last September 28, 2023. And nandito na po tayo sa pre-bid conference stage, which is today, October 5. And on October 6, 2023, tomorrow at 4 p.m., yun po yung inyong last day to submit written requests for clarifications, kung meron lang naman po. And on October 10, dito na po mag-i-issue ng bid or supplemental bulletin ating back for goods if warranted, if kailangan merong clarifications or amendments doon sa ating bidding documents based po doon sa inyong mga clarifications. And finally, on October 17, 2023 at exactly 10 a.m., ito po yung deadline ng submission of bids, and ito na rin po yung ating opening of bids. These are the common reasons for rejection of bids and ineligibility of bidders. Of course, yung ating late bids, no letter of authority from the company to submit the bidding documents, failure to submit supporting documents to support compliance with the requirement, and submission of forms which are not acceptable pursuant to the provisions of RA 9184. Also, yung ating NFCC, net financial contracting capacity, is less than the ABC, or the amount of credit line commitment is less than 10% of the ABC. For bid security, in case gumamit po kayo ng bid security or surety bond, yun pong words na callable on demand and valid for 120 days, eh hindi po nakasulat or naka-inscribe dun sa bond, then that's another reason for your disqualification. Also, failure to submit copy of the certificate from Insurance Commission certifying the insurance company is authorized to issue such security, and shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. And of course, if mas mataas po yung ABC na denote ninyo. Sa ABC, mas mataas sa ABC ang inyong bid price. So if you have any other questions or clarifications, you may email to these email addresses, factor person, and from the implementing office, the Bureau of Design. And you may also send an email to the BACG Secretariat for the technical working group. Mr. Chair, with your permission, sir, can we proceed with the question and answer?
Yes, you may.
Yes, thank you, sir. So dito na po tayo sa question and answer session. If you have any questions, just please raise your hand po and state your name and company para po ma-record natin. Yes, ma'am.
I-confirm ko lang sir sa velocity profiling game. Kung ano yung same pa rin po ba ng last time na ang range niya is up to 40 meters?
That's a limited office.
Last time sir may supplemental 40 meters sa maximum, up to 40 meters. Yung velocity profiling range, last time sir, may nilabas na yun as supplemental.
Last time yung first
No, pero ngayon, nailagay din doon sa bidding documents na copy.
Yeah.
May mag-issue.
Pwede naman sa supplemental.
Dapat nung mga nandito tayo na TOR, i-incorporate na yung videos. Pero anyways, hindi siya naman supplemental security. Okay, ito nasa punta pero mag-issue kasi ng supplemental amendment to the institution. Ano ba nakalagay doon sa bidding requirements dito? Ngayon,
Minimum na sir.
minimum na. Ang minimum, wala maximum. Yan. Okay. Still,
So we have another question from Mr. through Zoom po, Mr. Noel Castaneda from De Leon Import and Export.
okay. Pero late siya na pa na.
Yes. Morning, Sir Noel. Please proceed po.
Hi sir, good morning po. Sir, may question lang po regarding dun sa similar contracts po natin. Nakalagay po kasi yung supply, delivery testing, and commissioning with training of hydrologic and surveying instruments or equipment. Sir, pwede po ba dito yung mga surveying equipments po like yung sa resistivity meter? Similar contracts po like yung geophysical surveying equipment po.
Office. Papasok na dyan yung sinabi niya sa contract. Noel, will
Yes,
you
sir.
repeat your question? Hindi nakuha ng implementing office.
Sir. Okay pa. My question is with regards to the required similar contracts po ito, no? Itong similar contracts po na nakalagay which is supply, delivery, testing, and commissioning with training of hydrologic and surveying instrument or equipment, kung for example po, wala pong similar sa hydrological equipment po, pwede po itong sa surveying instruments, contracts for surveying instruments po or equipment. Pwede po siya? Pwede po ba siya? Sa SLCC natin.
Hindi ma-consider siguro sa kasi pertaining sa WACC. Pertaining sa
Yes,
WACC
sir.
yung equipment.
Well, nakuha mo yung sagot nila. Hindi
Sir?
makusunod nyo pagka-surveying instrument lang. Kailangan meron din yung hydrologic. Hydrologic.
Yes, sir.
Pagkasama yan, iho.
Aha. Ito po, possible po ba na mag-accept ng sa land and marine geophysical instruments po na contracts?
Land and marine.
Yes, geophysical.
Sa geophysical na minimetro.
Land and marine geophysical po.
Measurement ng tubig sa tubig.
Opo, yung sa marine geophysical po. For example, yung sa resistivity meter natin, sir, kasi po, di ba po, for marine geophysical instruments po like the resistivity meter, ginagamit din po siya to conduct yung mga underground water natin, movement. So, consider din po siya or pwede possible po ba siyang ma-accept yung mga contracts na ganon?
Okay. Noel, isulat mo na lang, Noel, and we will respond to your question.
Okay, sir. Sige po.
Sorry, the committee could issue a bulletin. Ikaw,
Opo. Yes, sir.
mag-aaral ng depending office, yung what you call this, sinabi mong similar contract,
Opo.
whether we will consider or not.
Okay, sir. And one more question, sir, if ever na hindi possible tong yung first question ko, ma-accept po ba pwede po ba itong yung aggregate contracts po?
Hindi ikaw. Oo, kasi
Hindi po.
kami makakapag-comply sa 50% of the ATC.
Mhm. Sige po.
Nag-apply lang naman yung 25% aggregate kung after nag-conduct ng market survey ang opisina, walang makakapag-comply dyan sa what you call this similar contract or it will result into a monopoly. Pero
Yes, sir.
hindi naman iho.
Apo. Okay, sir, mag-send na lang po ako ng letter, sir, regarding dun sa isang question namin. Hopefully na ma-consider yung ganon.
Thank you, Noel. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you po.
So I just want to ask kung pwede natin study. Yes, sir.
Wala lang ba, assuming na kayo nanalo, ay mag-request na lang kayo ng extension of the delivery period. Hindi muna mura. Pagka meritorious naman yung reason of resource bill, ginagrant na nila. Later na lang yan. Assuming na nanalo na kayo, hindi nyo makayanan yung 45 na delivery period, you can request and state your reasons.
Meron pa po ba yes? Mario po question. Regarding na po sa specs po ng laptop. Nabago na po yung specs po ng balik po.
Kasi yan ang reason yata, Director, na nag-freedom doon sa laptop.
Kasi yung sa last time po, meron po yung CSP. Part po na, tsaka yung sa authorization, a letter of authorization from para sa OS.
Paano na lang po?
So, if I-
Oh, yes,
actually,
yes,
ito po specs sa laptop. This is just advanced info. May issues po na nag-video po regarding this. Advanced info pa lang po ito.
Any other questions po? Online meron na tayo. Mr. Chair, wala na po questions.
And they have still up to
Until tomorrow, sir.
until tomorrow to submit written clarificatory questions. And we have up to when naman Ivo to issue if necessary
Till October 10.
October 10. Okay. I think if there are no more questions, this terminates concludes the pre-bid conference for this activity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for thank you everyone. Thank you very much.
Sir, di ba kailan po ito POB?
BOD, please stay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Salamat. Iwan kayo.
Ito dito kasi muna sila. Meron lang natin na lahat ng ginawa na sa
Oo.
tatlo. Dapat incorporated sa